You ever heard someone say they wish they spent more money before retiring? It sounds crazy, right? But after helping hundreds of clients prepare for retirement, I've discovered a surprising truth. Strategically spending before retirement can actually lead to a more secure and enjoyable life after you stop working. I was on a call with a client recently who told me something that caught me completely off guard. She said, looking back, I wish I had saved a bit less and spent more strategically before I retired. This wasn't about frivolous spending. It was about making smart investments that would have made her retirement years much smoother. Today, I'm going to share the 5 most important things you should consider buying before you retire. These aren't just practical purchases, they're psychologically smart moves that can dramatically improve your retirement experience. I'll explain not only what to buy, but why these purchases make so much sense, both from a financial and emotional perspective. Before I dive in, let me introduce myself. I'm Danny Gudorf, a financial planner who specializes in helping people over 50 prepare for a limitless retirement. This channel is dedicated to providing you with practical strategies to make your retirement years more secure and enjoyable. If that sounds valuable, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos that could help transform your retirement. Now, let's get into the 5 critical purchases you should consider making before you retire. The number 1, most important, is to complete your health and dental work. This is probably the most common recommendation I make to clients who are within a few years of retirement. Here's why. Your employer-provided health insurance is often much more comprehensive than what you'll have in retirement, particularly when it comes to dental and vision coverage. Many clients tell me they're grateful they took care of any lingering health issues while they were still working. Whether it's getting that knee replacement you've been putting off, or having dental crowns or bridges done, or addressing any chronic health concerns, doing this work before retirement makes a ton of financial sense. This is especially important if you'll be on Medicare in retirement. A standard Medicare doesn't cover dental or vision care. Unless you purchase additional policies, you'll be paying out of pocket for those expenses. Taking care of these needs while you have better coverage can save you thousands in retirement. Number 2 thing to consider is to consider purchasing your retirement home before you stop working. This might seem counterintuitive. Why take on a mortgage right before your income stops? But there's a compelling reason for this. Qualifying for a mortgage is significantly easier if you have W-2 income. Many retirees discover that despite having substantial assets, getting approved for a mortgage becomes much more challenging once they no longer have regular employment income. Lenders simply prefer the stability of a paycheck over retirement distributions. If you're planning to downsize, move closer to family, or relocate to a different climate, consider making that move while you're still employed. It gives you more financing options and potentially better terms. With today's high interest rates, you might prefer to pay cash if possible, but for many people, that's not an option. Making this move before retirement gives you the most flexibility. The number 3 thing to think about is to tackle major home repairs and improvements. If you're planning to stay in your current home during retirement, now is the time to address any significant maintenance issues or upgrades. Think about replacing that aging roof, upgrading your HVAC system, or remodeling the kitchen you've always been dreaming of, or even improving your home's energy efficiency with better windows and insulation. These aren't exciting purchases sometimes, but their investments will pay dividends throughout your retirement. Remember, you're likely to be spending much more time in your home after retirement, so comfort becomes even more important. Additionally, handling these expenses while you still have employment income is psychologically easier than watching large sums leave your retirement accounts once you've stopped working. Many retirees developed what I call spending paralysis once they retire. They become so protective of their nest egg that they delay necessary expenses, sometimes to their detriment. Taking care of major home improvements before retirement helps avoid this trap. Number 4 is to purchase a reliable, low-cost vehicle. Transportation reliability becomes increasingly important in retirement, especially if you live in an area without good public transit. I've had numerous clients express the relief that they invested in a dependable vehicle before retiring. A car that requires frequent repairs not only creates financial stress, but also can limit your mobility and independence, two things that become increasingly valuable in retirement. Consider buying a vehicle known for reliability and low maintenance costs. And yes, if you always have dreamed of owning a particular car in retirement, now might be the time to consider it, within reason, of course. Just make sure it's paid off before you retire to avoid carrying that debt into your fixed income years. Having a reliable vehicle without monthly payments provides a peace of mind and financial flexibility as you enter into retirement. It's one less thing to worry about and during a time of significant transition. All right, number 5 is to book and prepay for any bucket list trips. This might be my favorite recommendation because it addresses both practical and psychological aspects of retirement planning. Many people enter retirement with dreams of travel or special experiences they've been putting off. But here's what happens often. Once they retire, their regular income stops and they become more hesitant to spend money on these non-essential experiences, even though they've specifically saved for this purpose. By booking and prepaying special trips or experiences before retirement, you accomplish 2 important steps. First, you ensure these dreams actually happen rather than continuously putting them off. Second, you avoid the psychological barrier of watching large sums of your retirement accounts leave them for discretionary spending. I've seen too many clients delay their dream trip year after year, always thinking maybe next year, until health issues or other circumstances made those dreams impossible. Don't fall into this trap. If travel or special experiences are important to you, make concrete plans and commitments before you retire. Now, let's talk about the psychology behind all of these recommendations. When you retire, your relationship with money fundamentally changes. For decades, you've been in accumulation mode, saving, investing, and watching your balances grow. Suddenly, you need to shift into spending mode, drawing down those accounts you've worked so hard to build. This transition is psychologically challenging for almost every retiree. Your brain can shift into a scarcity mindset, making you reluctant to spend even when your financial plan clearly shows you can afford it. This is especially true for people who have been disciplined savers throughout their lives. By making these strategic purchases while you still have employment income, you can bypass some of this psychological resistance. It's simply easier for most people to spend money when they still are seeing regular deposits hitting their bank account. Think of these pre-retirement purchases as investments in your future comfort and happiness. They're not frivolous expenses, they're thoughtful allocation of resources that will enhance your overall retirement. Beyond the 5 main recommendations I've covered, clients have mentioned several other worthwhile pre-retirement purchases. These include things like a quality mattress, hobby equipment for activities you plan to pursue in retirement, home exercise equipment to maintain health, and even prepaid funeral arrangements to spare loved ones difficult decisions later. The key is to be intentional about these purchases. Ask yourselves, will spending the money now improve my retirement experience or reduce any future stress? If the answer is yes, it might be worth considering, even if it means saving a little bit less in those final working years. Retirement planning isn't just about accumulating the largest possible account balances. It's about creating the conditions for a fulfilling and comfortable life after work. Sometimes that means strategically spending before retirement to set yourself up for success. Remember, the goal isn't to die with the most money. It's to use your resources wisely to create the retirement experiences you've always dreamed of. Strategic pre-retirement purchases are an important part of this journey. If you're trying to decide whether you're financially ready to retire, I've created a video that walks through 3 simple steps everyone should follow before making this major life transition. This approach has helped hundreds of my clients gain clarity about their retirement readiness. Click the link right here to watch Ready to Retire. Follow these 3 simple steps and discover if you're truly prepared for the next chapter of your life.